Frederick says, is it true that you were the best man at one of the Undertaker's weddings?
And one of, yes, it is true that I was his best man at his first wedding when he got married to this girl named Jody. And nice wedding. I was surprised he even asked me. And I remember his mother was there, his brothers were there, and and his other weddings I had nothing to do with because he had already moved on. He was in WWF, I guess, in those times. I don't know how long he stayed married to Jody. I don't think too long, but he has a son by her, I think, and now he's married. He has a little girl now. See how many kids he's got with this. Who did he marry last?
Michelle McCool.
Okay, and how many kids does he have by her?
I,
Can you tell?
I can find out in a minute, but yeah. Did you organise a bachelor party for Mr. Undertaker?
No, I didn't, but he had one. I went to it.
How was that?
Oh, we was all drunk. Yeah, it was okay, and he was Mark, as I recall, was nervous as hell, and I was nervous for him. So, but yes, I was his best man at his first wedding, and not anymore. See, when he went to WWF, I more or less lost not contact with him. I could call him, I guess, but he was on the road, and when he got back in town, I heard he was in town. He was tired. He didn't want to take calls. I don't blame him. So, and I didn't really reconnect with Mark until I went to WWF.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, did you hang out much with him there in the
Not
WWF then?
much, not much because well, he was traveling with Paul Bearer, I think, and I was with the Harris brothers. So I stayed with them, and he stayed. I guess he would stay with Paul Bearer. And funny how sometimes just the situations you're in, you don't travel with your your buddies. And but I told Mark years ago that just hang in there, and Vince would finally find a place for him, and he did. And I've said this before on this show that he got the Undertaker gimmick by a vision of Vince had about himself personally, that he was eternal. It sounds weird. He was eternal. He's not going to die. He's not going to pass away. He's going to live forever. And that was the Undertaker's vision in Vince's mind. And when he got behind the Undertaker, he got behind him big time. So, and I think Vince, I think Mark one time went to see him. I don't know where he was, and they sat around like a whole afternoon and talked. And so, but what Vince was doing was sizing him up, and but see, just giving him another big man gimmick because he had a lot of big guys, but he really wanted to give him something different. And I will say that the Undertaker gimmick was probably the best gimmick that they ever came up with because it stood the test of time. I mean, he could still walk out there and the people would today be dressed up like Undertaker and walked out, the people would still stand up, which is a testament not only to Mark, but to the gimmick behind him.
Very quickly, where was the wedding? Do you remember?
It was in Nashville.
Mm.
At a, I think, I don't know if it was in a church or if it was in a place set up just for weddings. I can't remember. I think it was a place that's a wedding, that's their business. I think that's what happened, but I don't
Do
know.
you have a
I don't think
photo?
it was in. I do not have a photo.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I should call Mark and see if he's got any. He may have threw them all away. I think his first I think his first marriage ended in big disagreement. So he may have taking all those pictures and hell, I don't need this crap, and just threw it away. But you know who else was there too?
Hmm?
Paul Heyman.
Hmm.
I think. I think he was there. Now I'm starting to think, wait a minute. Why would Paul Heyman be there?
Oh yeah, because he was managing him in WCW at the time. If it's around 1990, 1989, he was managing him at some point.
Okay, that's why he was there then. He was there. And no, I don't think any other wrestlers were there.